Hi class, welcome to week 2. In this lesson, we're going to discuss graphing or displaying data and kind of give you an introduction into SPSS. SPSS is a software program that performs statistical analyses for us. There are several software packages out there. Stata, R, SAS, Excel, just to kind of name a few. But believe me or not, SPSS is probably the most user friendly of them all. So, anyways, to get started, be sure to read through the assigned readings for the week, the graphing data PowerPoint. Here has a lot of useful information on graphing data and frequency distributions. Also be sure to read through it with the notes on. Some slides I have just extra notes about the slides. Some slides don't have any. And then some slides have a lot more, a lot of additional information in a lot of additional information about that topic. So just don't forget to look through the notes to get a little bit more information. Let's see, there are also several handouts on Canvas, kind of give you an introduction and some helpful tips on graphing data. This introduction to data visualization handout gives a lot of nice, just helpful tips on presenting data. Kind of gives you a little example here of attendees' lunch preferences. Starting with a pie chart, going down into a bar graph. Then do we really need all these different colors in the bar graph? We can use the color to highlight the key message or the key takeaway in the graph. We just kind of check out these little handouts that I have. The chart guide handout is a really cool tool. It kind of shows you, you want to make a comparison between categories. A bar chart might be good for that if it's a nominal comparison. You have two variables, maybe a grouped bar chart would be useful for comparing two variables. You have data that, maybe some like a deviation from zero, you can have a deviation bar chart. It also gives you charts that they wouldn't recommend. Like, when a comparison between categories, a word cloud may not be a good option, or a radial bar may not be a good option. You want to show a trend over time. If you have a single measure, you can consider a column chart. A line chart may be better, especially if time is continuous. And again, like an area chart may not be recommended. Want to show parts of a whole, you could have 100% stack bar chart. So it just gives you really good designing tips to use. It also gives you design chart tips. Over here, true scaling, you want to start your charts at 0. You want to make sure you have true scaling on the here you go, starting the bar at 0 instead of like at 10. There's a tip, 2-dimensional is better than 3-dimensional. So it's just a lot of cool tips to use. If you want some more tips, you can go to their website, www.chart.guide. And there's also this data visualization checklist from Evergreen and Emory. And it just gives some more good tips on chart development. So for instance, graphs don't contain much text, so the existing text must encapsulate your message. You want your text in there to really drive home your key point that you're trying to make. And so, you know, they have other suggestions for the arrangement, for the use of color, for the use of lines like grid lines or tips marks on your axes, and just some overall kind of information. Let's see, I've also uploaded several SPSS guides for you to check out. There are several guides on, you know, how to open data in SPSS, how to save your SPSS output. This is useful especially when we have some data analysis assignments. I'm going to ask you to save your output and upload it to Canvas. So be sure to check this out. There's other handouts on running a frequency command, how to get the box plots out of SPSS. It's in this explore command. But the SPSS guides are pretty user-friendly, I think. You know, if you want to run frequencies, you'll click on Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, Frequencies. Then this little dialog box will come up. You know, we want to get frequency statistics on weights. So we click this little button, bring weights over. If we want to get some more descriptive statistics, we can click this box. If we want to get some charts out of SPSS, we can click the chart box. If we click the statistics box, this little dialog box will come up. You can get, you know, measures of central tendency from there, measures of variability, and, you know, measures of the skewness or kurtosis of the distribution. If you click the chart box, the chart dialog will pop up, and it has very limited options. You know, there's a bar chart, a pie chart, or a histogram. So it's basically, if you have categorical data, you would check about, you would choose bar chart. If you have continuous data, you would choose a histogram. And if you would like the normal curve laid over it, you could check this box. And then, you know, all of my output files have been annotated, so you would get all the stuff in black here, these little boxes, and then all the stuff in blue is my annotation. So if you checked all those boxes we had in those statistics, you can get the mean for the distribution, the median, the mode, the standard deviation, the skewness, coefficient. And basically how you interpret this is, general rule of thumb is that the skewness or kurtosis greater than 1 would tend to be a problem. And if the skewness is greater than 1, you know, skewness is positive, it's indicating a positive skew. If it's negative, it's indicating a negative skew. Same thing for kurtosis. The kurtosis is positive, it indicates a leptokurtic distribution. If it's negative, it indicates a platokurtic distribution. But it seems like our data, both of our skewness and kurtosis coefficients are you know, less than 1 or less than -1, so we don't tend to have a problem here. Then your frequency table will come out. You know, how you read that is, you know, we have one person with a weight of 75 pounds. There are 2 people, because the frequency count is 2, with a weight of 109. So hopefully those are self-explanatory. But I've given you a data set here, practice.sav. .sav files are SPSS data files that you can kind of play around and recreate, like this frequency command or box command, if you'd like. There's also this great introduction to SPSS from Rose and colleagues. It's a pretty long document, but it's a good, you know, 44 pages. But it's a good reference document, you know, especially to come back to, you know, oh, how do I run a frequency command? How do I enter data into SPSS? How do I perform some type of univariate analysis? You can come back to this and refer. This SPSS tutorials website, www.spss.tutorials.com, has a lot of good, you know, information on using SPSS. You kind of click through there if you like. And also our textbook, if you flip back to chapter 14, is all on using SPSS. I believe it starts on page 172. It gives a nice introduction to SPSS. SPSS isn't as scary as it seems. It's really the more you use it, the more comfortable I believe you'll get with it. Once you've downloaded and installed SPSS and you open it up, it'll look like, let's see, a blank spreadsheet like this, sort of like Excel is when you open Excel. It's just a blank spreadsheet. If you're going to enter data in here, so say we're entering, take our last example, weight. You would just start here entering the data you have. You have one person who's 72 pounds, one person who's 130 pounds, one person who's 150 pounds, and so on and so forth. Notice that SPSS has two tabs: your data view, where you can view your data, and your variable view. This is where you would actually name your variable. Once you start typing in SPSS, and give it just a generic name, you can come back in here and change this to weight and click enter. The type just basically says what kind of variable it is. Most often we're going to use this numeric or string. String is used when you're putting words in. You have qualitative data you can put in, or you have comments you want to enter in there. You would use a string. There are other things, you have a date you want to enter in there. You have a currency, so you want it to have the dollar symbol. You can choose the dollar notation there. Decimal series, it says how many decimal places you want displayed. All of the rest of these with decimal places, columns here, alignment, are all just how you want it to visually look in data. The label, you can enter a descriptive label of this variable. We can say weight of people or something. You can have whatever you want in here. It's kind of just to let you know, hey, this variable, this is what this variable represents. If it's a categorical variable, you can put in values in here. If you have missing data on there, you can say, hey, missing data are represented with a -9 in the data set. The measurement level here lets you choose the level of measurement, whether it's nominal, ordinal, and SPSS calls interval ratio a scale variable. It doesn't differentiate between interval and ratio variables. So that's a quick introduction into entering data into SPSS. If you want to open your data in SPSS, you already have a data set like the practice one I gave you. You get a file, open data, and then click on your SPSS data set. And then the data set will come up. So in this data set, we have 3 variables: weight, people's preference for a vacation spot, and the cost of housing prices. If we look on the variable view, we can see the name given to the variables, the type of variables, and the decimal places are shown. I didn't give a label to any of these. But one thing to notice, vacation here, is represented by a 2, a 4, a 1, a 2. Well, we can give that a name. We might not remember. So 1 is the person's preference for vacation was Hawaii. 2, it was Cabo. 3, the Bahamas. 4, New York City. So then we can go back and see what these represent. You can also switch the view in if you want it to view the data labels instead of the numbers. This little button here often toggles kind of between them. So if 2 represented Cabo, a 4 was New York City, right? You can have SPSS display that in the data view if you like. Also in data view, you can see we've set the scale of measurement. Weight is a scale variable, it's continuous. Vacation is a nominal variable, right? There's, we're basically categorical. You can choose one and only one vacation spot. You can't order them in any logical order. So they're nominal. And then housing prices, again, are a continuous variable, so we call it scale. Or you might consider it interval ratio. So it would be a scale variable. Let's take an example. Let's run frequencies on the housing variable, on home prices. To do that, we'd click on Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, Frequencies. Then we choose the variable we want, house. We can either click this little button to bring it over, or you can just grab it and bring it over however you want. If we wanted to get some statistics on this variable, we could see what's the mean price. What's the mean is the average price. The median would be the midpoint price. We could also get measures of the skewness and kurtosis of the. We could also get the minimum maximum home value, so if we wanted to. And then we would just click OK. Then what happens is an output window will pop up. If the output window doesn't pop up, you can kind of click on the SPSS icon down here and you can search for it down here. One thing it does, depending on your settings, if you set it up the same way that I had it set up, then it'll print out some SPSS syntax. That's useful if you want to rerun your analyses. Then it gives you, the name of the data set you're using, where it's located. So we have to use the frequency command. Here are our statistics. There were 43 valid cases. The average or mean house price was around $80,000. Oh no, this was $805,000. I read that wrong. However, the median home price was a little over $500,000, almost $600,000. So you can see distribution kind of looks a little skewed. And we can see that in the skewness coefficient. Skewness coefficient is almost 3 here, 2.89, which is indicating a positive skew to the distribution. And we can see where that is down here. Look, we have some home prices that down here in, what is this, the $3.5 million range. And typically you'll see that home prices tend to be positively skewed. That's why you'll see in advertisements on TV, they'll give like the median home price for the area. So anyways, that's just a quick tutorial into using SPSS. Oh wait, I forgot. You can get a chart out of here too. Forgot about that. We go to Analyze, Descriptives, Frequencies. Still have our housing variable. We can click on this chart command, and since housing prices are a continuous variable, we can get a histogram. Let's get a normal curve laid over the histogram. See how normally distributed it is. And click OK. We get all the same information we had before. We also get this nice histogram. See here? And here we can see, look at this, the home prices do look positively skewed. Here, look at our normal curve with this long tail pointing towards the positive end, which indicates a positive skew. Let's look at what it might look like if we did it for weight. Yeah, we still want a histogram for weight. And look, it looks like weight is a lot more normally distributed with it peak in the middle, and fewer occurring at the tails of the distribution. If you want to get a bar chart, you can get a bar chart for vacation. And go here to bar chart. And we can see it looks like Cabo was the preferred vacation destination, with Hawaii coming in second. And you can also get the same information here from the frequency table. There were 43 people total, 15 chose Cabo, 11 chose Hawaii. Around 35% chose Cabo, around 26% chose Hawaii. That's kind of the way you can read that information. So like I said, SPSS isn't that daunting. It just really takes practice to using it. One thing, some people like graphing in SPSS. Other people may prefer graphing in Excel. And it's really just a preference in what you're comfortable in. Here's the same data I had earlier with the way vacation housing prices. And say, we could do the same thing with make us a nice bar chart for vacation in Excel. You can do like the recommended chart feature. And hey, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it looks like, hey, this may be what we want. We want to count vacation in a column chart. You can click OK, and there we have it. And it looks like Excel here also ordered them from most preferred to least preferred vacation spot. Excel also has a lot more graphing options. Sometimes it just takes, you can get different column charts, bar charts, area. Those are tree maps. You can get different kinds of pie charts, histograms, box and whisker plots, combination plots, bar and line plots, line graphs. So you can kind of play around with Excel to see which one, which graphing feature you like better. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or post any questions you have to the discussion board. Just click add a discussion topic and feel free to ask away. Thank you and have a great day.